Une fois de plus, bienvenue dans cette édition.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of the Morning Call. Following international condemnation from the United Nations, the European Union, ECOWAS, and the United States,
et même des États-Unis, Yahya
Jammeh has announced that he will contest the results of the country's presidential election, which he lost to Adama Barrow. He made the major announcement this weekend, precising that the matter will be handed over to the Supreme Court as from Tuesday.
Qui précise que ce recours sera déposé demain mardi. Changement de cap donc.
A major U-turn for Jammeh, who is calling for new elections, citing fraud at the level of the Electoral Commission.
Évoquant des fraudes de la Commission électorale, après avoir pourtant reconnu sa défaite face à Adama Barrow devant le monde entier. L'intransigeance de l'officier
Jammeh, who has made Gambia an Islamic state, even went ahead to stop a plane carrying Ellen Johnson Sirleaf from landing in the country.
De l'avion de la présidente en exercice de la CEDEAO, la libérienne Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Well, the dramatic U-turn by Yahya Jammeh has dampened the enthusiasm of several Gambians, especially with the deployment of several security forces in major towns. President Jammeh cited errors in the Electoral Commission's final tally of the results, saying that they were unacceptable, hence the need of fresh elections. In the same way, I had accepted faithfully the results, believing that the Independent Electoral Commission was independent and honest. I hereby reject the results in totality, part of his statements when he rejected the election results. It should, however, be noted that there is no sitting Supreme Court in the Gambia, though there is a Chief Justice who is Nigerian. In order to hear President Jammeh's complaint, legal experts believe that at least 4 judges must be hired. Earlier in the month, Gambia's army chief pledged allegiance to President-elect Adama Barrow. The question many are asking is whether President Jammeh managed to split the army, retaining a faction ready to back his announcement.
Voilà, pour en parler avec nous,
joining us now to talk about this development
l'analyste politique
is political analyst Babaka Justin Diaye. He is joining us from Dakar in Senegal. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Call. What is your analysis of the political situation in Gambia these last hours?
Bon, lorsqu'il a accepté le verdict des urnes, les observateurs à Dakar...
When he accepted the verdict of the elections in Dakar, observers were happy. And when he reversed his decision, there was a sense of amazement. But analysts who know Gambia so well are aware that Yahya Jammeh is not the type of man to accept the verdict of the ballot box. A dictator who was swept away by democracy and the ballot box. But it must be said that his attitude is quite original. Because elsewhere, heads of state rigged the vote and imposed themselves by force. They violate the constitution and introduce unlimited mandate. But never have we seen a head of state who accepts the verdict of the ballot box, congratulates his opponents, and then 8 days later comes back to challenge the results. When he's challenging the results to keep the presidential seat and gets involved in an adventure which is like an electoral coup d'etat. Because when he has closed the borders, made promotions in the army, and the troops have been deployed in the city and airports closed, we are finding ourselves in a very strange situation.
C'est la question que se pose
Many people are already
téléspectateurs.
asking
Comment
this question.
comprendre ce revirement
How can we
de Yahya
understand
Jammeh?
this reversal of Yahya Jammeh?
Apparemment, le dictateur a eu subitement peur.
Apparently, he suddenly became afraid
L'opposition qui a été victorieuse a
because the opposition won the poll, and the opposition really lacked tact. Adama Barrow, who was congratulated by Jammeh and heads of state of the sub-region, went on with multiple declarations about the fate reserved for Yahya Jammeh, either by saying that he will be tried later coming back to say he will not be tried. Others threatened Yahya Jammeh. And today I believe that he decided to remain in power so as to ensure that he is secured.
Aujourd'hui, je crois qu'il a repris le pouvoir plus pour se sécuriser que pour perdurer.
This means that if he was assured of his security and also if he was also assured that he would not be taken to the ICC, I bet you Yahya Jammeh wouldn't have left power. If he was assured of his security, he would have left power.
Voilà, pour terminer, face à ce balai incessant de condamnation, ce flot ininterrompu de critiques, Yahya Jammeh continue à défier la communauté internationale.
Yahya Jammeh, the international community has been condemning Jammeh. Are you sure he can cope? He is in a very uncomfortable situation, trying to manage his destiny. Either an amicable solution is sought for him to leave power and remain in peace in Gambia, or people continue to threaten him and he decides to remain in his current position with his back to the wall, struggling to cope with the situation. The threats are being dished out at the same time when the ICC is holding a meeting in Dakar and member states are discussing just next door. This is really disturbing to Yahya Jammeh.
Alors que la panthère n'était pas sous terre, elle était tout juste par terre.
Voilà, c'était là l'analyste
politique Babaka Justin Diaye,
qui revenait
political analyst, joining us from Dakar in Senegal.